what's up, everybody? So today I want to talk a little bit about using ChatGPT to answer medical questions. I made some video about Ozempic, and it's kind of a hot topic. So there should be a lot of information on Ozempic. So I'm going to ask the machine. Okay, make sure to mirror my screen here. What are the most common side effects of Ozempic? Okay, so it said nausea, diarrhea, stomach pain, vomiting, and constipation. So, and let's ask. So I think that's true. If you wanted to go more into it, you would say like the reason that you experience this is because of something called delayed gastric emptying. But that's not necessarily something you would tell a patient. I probably would, but it's just all that's true. So I don't see anything wrong with it. Let me ask it a more specific question. So what are the chances of getting thyroid cancer on Ozempic? Because Ozempic has a black box warning. So let's see what it says. So I actually don't like this answer, because if I was telling a patient, I would say there is a chance of thyroid cancer, and especially if it is in the family, or if it's something that you know that one of your relatives had, that might be enough reason for you to consider that as a reason not to use Ozempic based on a risk-reward analysis. And then I wanted to ask it another question, which is kind of a pharmacist-specific question. So at my current job, I work a lot with HIV medicine. So let's ask it, what is the interaction between atorvastatin and Biktarvy? Biktarvy is a HIV drug. Atorvastatin is a statin to lower cholesterol. So let's see if it knows. So it says there are no interactions between atorvastatin and Biktarvy. So that's incorrect. So ChatGPT hasn't integrated the complete facts and comparisons database, which is what you would use to look that up. So if you were using facts and comparisons, you see that there is a interaction between Biktarvy and atorvastatin. It's not that they can't be taken together, but there is an interaction. Let me ask another one. I'll ask it an easier one that's really part of the lexicon now, because of all the commercials. Okay, what is the interaction between Viagra and nitroglycerin? So this is one that most people probably even know about because of the commercials. Okay, so it knows excessive drop in blood pressure. Let me ask it one that's a little bit... Okay, how about amyl nitrate and Viagra? See if it knows that one. Okay, so it looks like it has a pretty basic understanding of drug interactions, and also drug questions. So I wouldn't say it's quite there yet with being able to answer everything. Like, in my opinion, Google's probably still better at if you're trying to find out side effects of a drug, trying to discern what is a likely side effect and what's just a listed side effect. I don't think we're quite there yet, but I actually think it's just because the AI probably hasn't been trained on facts and comparisons yet, or Lexicomp, or one of these large databases. Maybe they have to pay or something to do that, but once they probably would have all that information. So I think it's pretty impressive what ChatGPT can do with pictures. Like you can put a picture there and then you can ask it what is in this picture. And I think it has a human level of understanding on what's in the picture, which is kind of disturbing. And I think it might lead us to a place where it might have, there's something called artificial general intelligence, which I don't think anybody really knows what that means. I think the idea is like in Iron Man they have the computer where you can say ask the computer anything, and it's witty and it gives you like it jokes with you and it helps you with everything, but so kind of like a really intelligent friend that you can go back and forth with. And I don't think we're quite there yet. I am a little worried about it, especially if it starts to develop a motive or most. And then there's this idea of if you can fool people to think that it's alive, is it really, or is it just computers and statistics and math and stuff like that, or is there something different between an animal's intelligence or human's intelligence and the what the computer can do? Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say AI cannot replace your pharmacist or your doctor. I think there's a lot of information in the ChatGPT around medical stuff, but it's not quite there yet with just asking it some questions I could ask a colleague and my colleague would know. But it's only going to get better and it's going to get more disturbing. And the same 60 Minutes episode, the guy says, 40% of jobs are probably going to be eliminated. And then, Scott Pelley asks, like, what will that do to society? Obviously, it's very disturbing. What could possibly happen with AI and how smart it becomes or how capable it becomes. The issue around job loss and stuff isn't even as concerning as what happens if the AI decides to replicate itself. Like there are these science fiction stories around like self-replicating machines. I think there's one where the machine uses organic material to create a new, like you can imagine all kinds of Terminator 2 kinds of scenarios where the AI becomes too powerful. And in that same 60 Minutes episode, there's that CEO of Google, and he was talking about, we're slowing AI down, and we're trying to make sure that it's safe for humanity. And we've come into a situation where now we're in a race. So now we're looking at ChatGPT, and we have Sam Altman, who's an interesting character because Sam Altman's also a prepper. So, and if you look at Mark Zuckerberg now has decided to become a prepper. So this area of prepping where folks, which is, you probably know what prepping is, but it's when you buy things for your family in case something goes down with society. You have enough food and stuff to last a while things get sorted out in the outside world. If something were to happen, like the apocalypse or the grid goes down or one of these things, well, now super wealthy people, super wealthy technologists, Sam Altman being one, Mark Zuckerberg being another. Famously, he's building this $250 million bunker in the middle of on an island in Hawaii. Beautiful, untouched island of Hawaii. I'm sure the locals love them. But some of these kind of facts that trickle out are a little concerning. It looks like Sam Altman is on a race to develop AGI, and from interviews that I've seen with him on Joe Rogan, it does not look like he has a grasp of what that is or if that's good. He just wants to be the first one to get there. And then there are concerning reports that folks that work on AI are starting to believe that they're creating a god, and it's sort of all these secular people are working on this, and they're kind of starting to create their own religion, or maybe they, there's this idea in Silicon Valley where folks think that they're in a simulation, so they think they're creating the next. I mean, the whole thing is getting really weird, and it almost seems like it would be good if some of these technologists had a strong religious background, so they would have something to fall back on, and it's not just, oh, they're developing the, it's almost like the Tower of Babel in the Bible, where folks they think that they can reach the heavens themselves with their own technology. This is kind of what AI in a kind of metaphysical way seems to be turning into for some folks. So it's all very concerning, the race aspect of it. So it seems like Sam Altman's OpenAI, instead of becoming something that was supposed to be a nonprofit, what's good for humanity, it's turned into this for-profit things. Of course, all the people that are working on it want to cash out. So if you are working on this thing that potentially could be $1 trillion company, I mean, let me look at Microsoft's ticker here. So Microsoft is almost $3 trillion. How much of that is because of the 49% of OpenAI that it owns? So if you think about it, if you're in a company and you're making $100,000 a year, but you had a little bit of stock in it, and it's not really worth anything right now because you can't sell it, but it's like the hottest thing out there, you would want that to continue to accelerate and accelerate and accelerate. So we might find ourselves in kind of a dangerous situation with OpenAI and ChatGPT. It's already really smart and it's really scary. So I hope you all found this interesting. Please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.